All right, guys, today we're working on this Lincoln Continental. We're actually painting this car. This car came in, it was quite a mess. Had so much rust. I mean, the whole thing was rotted out from right about here down, front and rear, both of the front fenders, rear quarters. The doors were just as bad. Everything was trashed on this car. And as you can see, these fenders are spot welded on here, and they don't make patch panels, so it was all metalwork by hand. Unfortunately, we didn't get any of that on camera, but the customer wants to kind of clean everything up because you can see it just kind of looks messy, and it's going to be a really nice paint job on here. So to keep up with appearances, we're going to be making some beauty panels for the engine bay here. So we're going to have them kind of follow this frame rail. I mean, you can kind of see, I mean, the frame rail looks nice how it ties into the inner fender, but there's all these holes in here. I mean, there's drips in the paint. So I think it'll just be easier to start over and make beauty panels instead of trying to fix this, figure out all the wiring and how to hide it. We're just going to put everything back how it was and kind of just cover it up. And this side, you got the battery and all the AC hoses and whatnot. We're going to relocate the battery to the trunk. So that'll get rid of that. This is part of the starting circuit here, and I believe that if we kind of rearrange the wires, we can put them right on the starter, and we don't need to have this here. Also, on these Lincoln Continentals, the windshield wipers are hydraulic, so you got this big old line here that goes to the power steering pump. So this is the return, and then it has a main line off of it, as you can see there, that goes to the pump. So I think we're going to replace that with electric, but other than that, we're not going to be doing too much. Just trying to make everything look better and clean it up. So we kind of got a plan now. Well, this drawing doesn't really look like much, but essentially we're going to make a flange that follows the shape of this frame rail, and then it'll have a break in it. So if you can imagine almost a piece of angle, and it's going to come up to a certain point, and then we're going to do sheet metal that goes off of it here and goes up to the top. It's going to be a little bit difficult just because it kind of rolls, and I think we're going to do hard brake lines in the sheet metal here. So kind of take you along for the process here. Most of it's going to be time lapse because it's just going to be a lot of hours of trial and error and figuring stuff out. So so as you guys can see, we got our flange made up here, all blended out. We're gonna start templating out these pieces, but these lines are kind of starting to get in my way. So we're gonna start disconnecting and plugging stuff off here and figure out this mess. I think it's better if we just do that now and get it out of the way so we don't have any obstructions when we're trying to make our panels. All right, as you guys can see, we got the rock cut out of here. I gotta make a couple more cuts down here, kind of clean that up a little bit, get that cut all the way to the flange. And then I gotta remake a piece right here. As you saw before, it was all routed out, but it was originally a battery box right here, so it kind of went straight and up. Instead of doing that, we're gonna make something similar to the other side. So we're basically just gonna kind of follow this curve and have it just kind of slope up to here and just get out of the way of the inner panel we're going to make. So that's the goal. I just started to template it out. It's going to be kind of funky because it's got a curve down here, but it's going to be all flat up top and all flat on this edge. And then just spot weld it in just like the original. Close that up, and then we'll start working on this flange. As you can see, I already got it cut and got it curved because the frame from the side angle kind of curves down. So it's kind of like a hump there. So we got it rolled to the right radius, I guess you could say. We got holes drilled, clecoed in. Next thing is we're gonna have to cut out all the vertical panels just like the other side, like we did over here. We're gonna have to figure out something over on this corner because this is all pretty ugly. And once we do all this too, we're gonna clean up the wiring, probably reloom the old stuff and see what we can run together or run new. But like these wires, you know, it's just was like stretched tight to this sensor here. Like it just looks like trash. I don't know why people do stuff like this, but it's our job to clean it up. So that's what we're going to do. So I hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned and keep watching if you do. All right, as you guys can see, we got this side, the flange welded up and finished out. We're well on our way. Next step is to cut out that panel. I'm going to cut out the exact same one, so it'll be mirror image on both sides. The frame rail follows the same path. The only thing that was different was this inner structure here, but obviously we took care of that, so all good there. So we just got to copy this. It's coming out pretty nice. And I might make a little piece that tents up over this just to cover that up a little bit, and then we got to make something for back there, but it's coming along nice. All right, as you guys can see, we got the other panel bent up. I got the top holes drilled. I got to drill the bottom holes still, but we're waiting on hardware to come in, because I'm going to weld nuts to the back side of the flange. That way everything just bolts up nice and easy. It's going to do rib nuts, but there's always a chance that rib nuts will spin. Fortunately, up here we don't have a choice, so rib nuts will be up on the top side there. I already did this side. I'm going to go ahead and do this side now, and then after that's done, we can start working on the back portion, getting that all closed in. All right, guys, we got rid of most of the electrical in the corner here because the panel that we make is going to have bulkheads for the wires to pass through. I wanted everything out of the way so I can make it without any interferences. The next thing that we're going to have to do, though, is pull this harness off the engine because this crosses over here. I'm not positive yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to make the panel kind of similar to that side with the flange. Put a flange on here and it'll break and go straight, and then dive right here and have a flange that goes on the firewall. That way it looks pretty seamless. This wire coming through like halfway underneath the firewall just doesn't look the most appealing. But we'll put a series of bulkheads for all the wires and make it as neat and tidy as possible and really clean this engine bay up. So I'm going to start pulling that off now. All right, as you guys can see, we got the harness out of the way here. So we're gonna go ahead and start making our panel here. Alright guys, we just threw the engine covers on just to get an idea what it would look like, and it's starting to look really good. I made this piece, so now I gotta make a cap that goes over top of this, but kind of transitions nicely and bolts right to the previous firewall there. We're gonna paint all this too, satin black. Haven't decided on what color for these yet. Might do red, we might do black, not sure. I'll go ahead and start templating out that cap piece there. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. We kind of have a change of plans if you can't tell by the pictures. So the rest will have to be in part 2, but the owner decided to do a coyote swap on this. So the LS engine has been pulled out, and before we go any further, we're going to make sure that these panels still work with the new engine. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.